Hi, good evening and Chag Sameach. My name is Carine Levi. I'm the UJIA Community Shaliach in Leeds. I'm very delighted to have you here celebrating with me Chag Sigd, the Festival of Sigd. Festival of Sigd is a religious holiday of the Ethiopian Jewish community in Israel. Tonight I'm excited to host Sara Baruch, my fellow Shaliach in Manchester. She's a UJIA community Shaliach in Manchester, and she's going to speak with us about the festival, about the customs of the Ethiopian Jewish community in Israel. After that, we were going to watch a cooking demonstration by Sarah and Celia Klein from Manchester. Following Q&A from the audience, so you're more than welcome. Ask your questions in the Q&A box in the below of the Zoom. Sarah, good evening, Chag Sameach, welcome back. How are you?
Hi, Carine. Hi, everyone. Thank you for welcoming me to this event. I'm very excited. I'm feeling very well.
Good. I'm really glad that you're here, and you're also new in the UK. You just arrived a couple months ago. So welcome. I hope you're enjoying the weather.
I do.
Yeah, so Sigd Festival is a unique festival of the Ethiopian Jewish community in Israel. And would you like to tell us more about the community and its history and the different way the holiday is celebrated in Israel and Ethiopia?
So first of all, the Sigd is coming for the word in Hebrew, Sigida, which means bowing down for God sorry. I'm a little bit excited, so forgive me for having any kind of mistakes. We celebrate the Sigd on the 29th of the Hebrew month, Cheshvan. It's 50 days after Yom Kippur. Basically, the whole day is day of fasting, day of praying, day of cheshbon nefesh, rethinking as a community how we behave and how we can behave more well than we did, and praying for coming back to Jerusalem, to the Promised Land. In Ethiopia, it was very, very special day. All the Jewish from all over the Ethiopia will come to Center Village. The day before, sometimes it took them few days to arrive to Center Village. And then there they will prepare food night before for after the fast. They go to the mountain and pray to God, and the Kesim, which are the spiritual leaders, will preach about the Torah and Kiyum Mitzvot, and it's the whole day is really they took the day from the book of Nehemiah, which they tell in the book that Nehemiah gathered all the people in Israel after Babylon exile and renew the covenant between them and God. So basically they do the same. In Israel, it's quite different. It's more about celebrate the Jewish Ethiopian culture. It's still praying. We still do the praying, and some adults will still fast, but the young generation will not fast. It's more about celebration and just like continue the tradition and that we did in Ethiopia.
Thank you. The Ethiopian Jewish community have a unique and fascinating customs. Can you share with us the community custom and your favorite custom of the community?
We'd probably say it's very different. It's not really that much different, but we don't celebrate Hanukkah and Purim and Tu B'Shvat. It's more
just holidays from the Torah.
Yes, the holiday in the Torah, we do celebrate it. In Shavuot, we don't eat like milk, dairy things. We eat meat, because meat it's meaning that you have wealth, and it's like it's different. It's some of the things are very different, but the holidays are the same. Most of them are the same holiday. One favorite thing that I really like about the traditional Ethiopian thing is that we have like a ceremony that it's called Buna. It's the Ethiopian coffee.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's really good coffee that we do that ceremony 3 times a day, morning, noon, and evening. And it's just like to see everyone in the morning, see how they've been. We eat together, we pray, and then we just talk with each other. And then you do it 3 times a day, every day, except Shabbat, because Shabbat we don't set up fire. So this is, I think, my favorite thing.
That's really cool. I didn't know that it's a ritual that you're doing 3 times a day. That's really, really cool. And I'm really, I love drinking coffee. So 3 times a day of coffee, it's brilliant. Thank you for sharing. So the next question I have, it's in your opinion, what is getting to know the story of the Ethiopian Jewish community is important?
I think it's important to know every story about any kind of Jewish all over the world. I think Israel people or Jewish in the diaspora, when we share our tradition, and it's just make you understand that we are all the same. We are all the same. We're Jewish, but maybe we have different costume with different things that we do, but basically we are the same. We all think about Jerusalem, praying God. In Israel, I think it's very important to show the difference between the Jewish all over the world. And every group of Jewish who came from another country brought their traditional to Israel. So it's make a unique mix. And it's very nice to see it, that they embrace it and celebrate it. They even decide in 2008 to official the day. It's like official holiday all over the country, and ceremony and assembly. And they even teach it in school. So I think it's very important.
It's very beautiful and colorful festival, and it's celebrated like nationwide in Israel. As I said, it's a national day. Would you mind to share a little bit more about the ceremony in Armon HaNatsiv in Jerusalem, or the festival in Tel Aviv?
Okay, so in the ceremony in Armon HaNatsiv, I think it's one of my favorite things to see in the Sigd day, because it's on top of mountain in Jerusalem, and then you see Jerusalem and the Olive Mountain. Our spiritual leader, the Kesim, will stand on the stage and pray in antique language. It's called Gez. It's like really ancient language. It's not even in Amharic. And then they have like ceremony with, sometimes the president come in, sometimes some ministers will come, and then you just pray, and it's really beautiful to listen to it. And they dress with the white clothes, and they have turban on their head, like white turban, and the colorful umbrella and colorful robe that they wear. So it's very unique. You have to really be there to feel the energy and the vibe, and how much it's special.
Yeah, it's a very community holiday, bringing together the entire community, and it's like showing partnership and be there for each other. I think it's a very, very beautiful to see. Your parents made Aliyah in 1991 with Operation Solomon. Can you share your family Aliyah story?
My parents heard that there is Aliyah from Sudan, so they start to walk to Sudan. And then they arrived to Sudan. They will stay there for a few months in a refugee camps. They start, the Arab country heard that Sudan helping Israel to bring the Jewish to Israel. So what happened is the Sudan government decided that they shut down the operation, and all the Jewish that they're in Sudan must come back to Ethiopia. So what happened is my mom and my 3 brothers and 1 sister came back to Ethiopia, to Addis Ababa, and my father stayed in Sudan. And my mom and my 4 siblings came to Israel in 1991 in May, and my father was in Sudan. My mom didn't know what happened to him, if he's alive, if he's not alive. She started looking for him, and she went to the Jewish Agency office and start to like, let's look for my husband. Like, I don't know, I'm alone with 4 children. And after a year, in 1992, my father came to Israel. And year after I was born, I was first generation to born in Israel. So I told it really shortly, but it's a whole story, and the family don't really speak about it. They don't really share what happened in Sudan. They don't really share what happened with my father this year when he just disappeared. So I just had to find out during the years. And yeah, that's it. This is the story.
Thank you. Thank you. It's important to ask. It's important to know so we can tell the story in the future. And I think thank you for sharing the story. Also, like it's connecting to Chag HaSigd, because one of the things of Chag HaSigd, it's the longing to Jerusalem, to wish to go to make Aliyah, to come to Israel, and now they here in Israel. How they felt when they came to Israel the first time?
I think they will overwhelming, because they always pray to come to Jerusalem. They always pray to come to the Promised Land. They kept the Jewish identity for so long, and I think for them to come to Israel, there is a lot of pictures you can find like on Google and everywhere, but that people came down from the plane and just kissed the ground because they didn't believe this is coming true. And now I think this is the reason why it's so important for them and for us to keep celebrating Chag HaSigd, because it's just like we here in Jerusalem, this is what we pray. It's a really dream come true. It's really dream come true. Yeah.
Thank you. It's amazing to hear. The Ethiopian cuisine is very, very popular in Israel. It's very colorful and a lot of flavors, and it's amazing. And what is your favorite dish from the Ethiopian cuisine?
I can't really pick one, but if I have to pick one, so it will be injera, which is the bread. It's not really bread, but it's the bread. It's brown, it's a little bit sour. And my favorite sauce on it will be chicken with egg. It's called dorowot. It's really, really spicy, and I really like to eat it on Friday noon. So it's just like, I know it's me or my mom cooking it, and then we just like eat it. It's just like super yummy. But yeah, the Ethiopian food is very healthy. It's like superfood, and it's very colorful, and a lot of like strong flavors and spice and a lot of vegetables. Yeah, it's really nice.
Good, healthy as well. So that's amazing. So last week you did a cooking demonstration with Celia Klein. How it was?
I was very excited because I'm not a chef, but it went very well. It was, for me, really excited to teach someone about my food and where I'm coming from, especially Celia, when I know she's quite famous here. So it was very nice, and we did a video, so I hope that you will see the video and you share your opinion, and I hope that the audience will cook it and maybe tag me, or UJIA, that would be very nice to see.
Thank you. Now we're going to watch the video, and I will going to share the recipe in the chat box.
Hi everyone, I'm Sara, UJIA Manchester Shaliach. Today we're about to cook two dishes, Ethiopian traditional dishes with Celia Klein, which I know she's very famous in Manchester and Leeds.
Hi Sarah, I'm so excited to be cooking with you today. How are you
Me
doing?
too, Celia. I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm great. I'm a little bit nervous because usually I know what I'm cooking and how to make it. This is completely new and first try for me. So excited about it. I've never done Ethiopian cooking before.
Okay, so we're about to do it today, but I'm excited too, and I'm more excited to teach you how to cook because I know you are very famous in Manchester. So let's start. We'll start with the first dish, okay? You can ask me a question while we're cooking it.
Yeah, I'll ask you loads of questions, don't worry.
Okay, no problem. So first of all, we're gonna boil the oil. You can use olive oil or any kind of olive that you want.
Sarah, we're doing the potato stew first, yeah?
Yes, we're doing the potato stew first.
Yeah. What's the name of that in Ethiopian? I couldn't pronounce it.
Okay, I will say it. So it's called dinich alicha what? Dinich, it means potatoes. Alicha, it means not spicy. And what is the sauce? So it's called dinich alicha what or dinich what. You can call it the way you like it, the more easy for you. Do you want to try say it?
So I have measured out all the ingredients that you sent me. I've got them all ready. So we're going to heating the oil.
We're gonna heat the pot. We're gonna start with the onion. Okay.
Yeah.
Stir it a little bit.
This will make it nice and sweet. It'll soften it and make it nice and sweet.
Yeah, exactly. While it starts to boil, we will add the carrots. Okay, so you can add it.
I've just done it in slices. That's correct, yeah?
Yeah, you can cut it the way you like it. Slices, strip, or any kind of you like it. I like it just like around, like a little bit. How do you say igul? Like, yeah. Okay. Okay.
We're going to keep this moving around, are we?
Yeah, we can move it around. It's going to be like 5 minutes. We don't really have time to do it for 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do is just continue to do it. We're gonna wait in normal time 5 minutes. Then we're gonna add half a cup of water. Okay. So after that, after we put the onion and the carrots, we're gonna add some spice. Okay, you can use whatever spice do you want. I put black pepper, turmeric. Turmeric is really important, and salt. So 1 teaspoon of everyone. Yeah, just add it.
And measured it out as per your recipe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you like more spicy, you can use chili powder or chili, really chili, and just like add it before when you put the onion.
I've got some chili flakes. How much would you use about?
Chili?
Yeah. What do you think about?
I will put like half teaspoon because it's spicy,
Okay.
But it depends how much do you like spicy.
I'll do a bit less. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we make it boil. We add the spice. Okay. And then next thing we're going to do is add the, sorry, my mistake, the cabbage. We're going to add the cabbage.
I sliced it into pieces. Is that right?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. What's beautiful about the Ethiopian food that you can do it the way you like it. There is no right recipe. Even when I call my mom to ask her about it, she's like, you can use this one, you can use this one, you can add more flavor, you can add more salt, whatever you want. So this is one thing about it.
I like recipes like that. You can adapt them to suit your own taste. It's great. And you can't do anything wrong then.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with it.
I was going to ask you when we would normally serve this meal.
Normally during the week, it's
Yeah.
really easy recipe to make. My mom used mostly cook it when around Tisha B'Av, because it's not allowed to eat meat. So we eat this too. With injera, I eat it with rice. You can eat it with rice or bread, or even just put it inside pita and eat it. So it's really easy recipe and good one. So Celia, right now we're gonna add the potatoes. This recipe will feed a family, like 4 children and parents. I cook the same. Okay, so we're gonna mix it, and then we will add water until it covers the potatoes. Okay, so after that, when we wait, it's about to cook 30 minutes, around between 20 and 30 minutes. You can add more salt or pepper or turmeric if you need. Just make sure that you mix it every 10 minutes. Yeah, just cover it after you put everything. So we put the onion, then we put the carrots, then we add a little bit water, put the cabbage, put the spice, potatoes, and more water. Now it's going to be sitting between 20 to 30 minutes. Every 10 minutes, make sure you mix it. And if you need to add more salt, pepper, or whatever spice you like, you can add it.
Okay. I noticed
and
this
that
is
will be ready. This is
like
vegan.
Yeah. So what would you use? What would you serve it with to give a bit of protein? You know, because would you serve it as a side dish with chicken, or is it just complete as it is with the bread?
It depends what you're eating. If you're eating it with me, I like it when I eat it with injera. I like to add more sauce, like maybe chicken. It's called dorowot. Maybe meat, and then like it's more. How do you say it? It's more like a real like really heavy dish. But if you are vegan, it's good for you. So you can eat it with rice, with everything you want, or even with the breads that we're going to make right now. So I already mix it. So this is after
I've got my flour.
Okay. So you need to add the salt.
Yeah.
Yes. Add the salt. Yeah.
All of it. Let's go.
Yeah. Salt, a little bit sugar, dry meats.
Yeah.
The dry meats, everything, just mix it together. Yeah. During you doing this, I will just show you how we cook the bread.
Yeah, I was really interested in that because I read on your recipe that you were going to cook it with cabbage, and I thought that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is show you how. I don't have an extra pot, but I will do it with this. So when it's bloated after the first time, you just take the cabbage leaves and put it under. I will show you just a second.
Just raw cabbage leaves, not blanc.
Yeah. You can add a little bit of olive oil or any kind of oil you use. You just put it like that, okay? You can keep what you're doing, that's cool. And then you add the dough, okay? We're gonna let it blow second time, okay?
We call that proof. Is that when it rises up?
Yes, it will rise one time, and then we put the cabbage under, and then we put the dough again. And you can cook it with a baking paper or let's see, or some olive oil. I will show you how it's going to be. Okay.
So you're cooking it. Is it a saucepan you've got there, or a cake tin?
Sorry?
You're cooking it in a saucepan or a frying pan, or?
Yeah, I normally do it just in a regular pot, but I didn't have one right now. But the bread is going to come like this after 30 minutes each side cook. This is how the bread gonna look. I will just show you 1 second.
I'm excited for mine to look like that.
Yeah, this is how the bread is going to look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where is the cabbage? I can't quite see.
The cabbage is on under it. As you can see, I just peel it.
Right. You take it away.
Oh, yeah, you take it away and you just cut it and you can eat it with the sauce. I will show you how the sauce is going to be after when you finish cooking it.
So is this dish traditional for the festival, for Sigd?
Yeah, the dabo is really common things that we eat every Friday, every Saturday, and every kind of events that we have. It's like an offer for God. It's like the challah that we eat on Friday. This is how the stew is going to come out. You can see, yeah.
So it's quite thick, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And then you just like grab a little bread. You can take this one and eat it. That's it.
You're a stage ahead of me.
No, but you can show us how it came to you. Like send me a picture.
No, I hadn't heard of this festival before we all spoke with UJIA. And it really goes back thousands and thousands of years, doesn't it? And I read somewhere that now Israel has adopted it as a national holiday as well.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes, in 2008, they start to say like it's going to be a national day, and we have a celebration all over the high schools and studies, and we have day off, and we go to Jerusalem to the Western Wall or Armon Nativ neighborhood, and then we just pray there, dance, have a lot of events. Yeah, it's quite nice that we celebrate it in Israel too, because I know my parents used to celebrate it in Ethiopia. So
it looked very colourful. I saw a photo with loads of colours, umbrellas, and everybody looked so happy. You know?
Yeah, the ones who have the umbrellas and the rope, the colorful rope, the kesim, they are spiritual leader, like the rabbi. So they pray and they lecture the people about the Torah, and they try to bring us more to be religion and to keep the mitzvot. And yeah, that's it.
Wow, it's amazing. We've not heard of it. This is doing nicely. By the way, my stew. 2 minutes. So now do you think we'll all have to celebrate with you, won't we? Now we know what it is. Absolutely. And
we're going to celebrate in Manchester this year, Sigd holiday.
Yeah.
I'm very excited and happy to do it and share my knowledge with the community.
Yeah, that's so nice. I think is it the 15th of November?
It's on the 15th and 16th of November, right?
All right, lovely. Look forward to celebrating. I know what to cook. So my dough is looking fine. So I'm going to rest that now, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll put that back in the bowl to rest. Do you cover yours when you do that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will leave that, maybe a bit of cling film on top of it, and come back to it soon. Thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Celia. It was lovely to have you, and I hope that I teach you some new recipes, and I hope that next time we will sit together and eat our dinichwat and our dabo.
Yeah, I invite you to come and eat with me, and hopefully in our new deli. That would be amazing if you'd come there, and we'll cook it together and eat it together in better times. Take care. Enjoy the festival.
That was amazing and looks very, very yummy. I guess you had like a really nice Shabbat dinner after that, like having this delicious food. It looks really, really good. Thank you for that. So how it's actually celebrate Chag Sigd in the UK? It's your first month in the UK and away from home, and the first major holiday away from home.
Yeah. So I don't really celebrate it as I used to celebrate it in Israel. But I do this event and I talk about it, talk about the Sigd. Maybe I will cook for myself after this session, and I will just make a video call to my family just to bless them, and we can have this little conversation and pray. That's it. But there is no, maybe next year we will do a big event, which will invite, I think all of you, you can come if it will be able, Bezrat Hashem, as we say. And maybe we have like big festival, I don't know.
Yeah, with the Ethiopian dancing, we have a cool dancing and like food, so yeah.
Yeah, maybe food, dancing, we can do that. I hope it will be able to do it next year, a big festival.
Yeah, well, one of the traditions is climbing to the highest mountain. So maybe next year we can climb all to the highest mountain. Yeah, which is a lot around us. By the way, people, thank you everyone for joining us. Please, if you have any question, you're more than welcome to ask in the Q&A box. I see I have 2 questions. What is the bread called? Helen Fraser.
It's called dabo. It's called dabo. I saw that someone write on the chat, but I answered, but I will answer it again. It can cook in the oven and on the stove. I prefer cook it on the stove. And we will send the recipe of the bread. Yes.
Yes, we'll send you the email, Pharaoh's email. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a regular flour. Don't need to buy any different one. Let's see the questions.
Another question. So there's still a small number of Jews in Ethiopia. So people still celebrate the holiday in Ethiopia.
I think they are. Because the main thing about the Sigd is really praying to come back to Israel. So if they stay in there, so I think they probably praying and celebrated and wishing to come to Israel.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel, for the question. I have myself another question. How do you think that the Ethiopian Jewry differs from the Jewish communities you know, now that you live here and working with the community?
How is different?
Yeah, the differs, yeah.
I don't know yet the community as well as to make, to know if they're more different. But I would say maybe really about the holiday that we don't celebrate at home, Hanukkah, not the holiday that didn't write on the Torah. I don't think there is any kind like measure, like big difference. And for now, this is my answer, but maybe if you ask me in a few months, I would say another answer. I don't know yet.
Okay, thank you. Do you think that the holiday is relevant to our time?
Yes.
And why?
I think because we got the chance to be in Israel, so I think it's important to us to continue the tradition that we used to celebrate in Ethiopia. I think every kind of holiday that we have or any kind of tradition we have as a Jewish, no matter what, if you're Ashkenazi, Sephardi, or Beta Israel, Ethiopia, you should like celebrate it and continue to celebrate it. And yeah, I think it's still relevant. And I think now we got this have really big impact in Israel. It's really big, like a really massive holiday in Israel. And so I'm just happy to share it with the community here in the UK.
Thank you very much. We have another cooking question. How long do you cook the bread on stove?
On the stove, I cook it 35 minutes on one side, and then you just flip it on the other side, another 35 minutes, 20 minutes. It's all right. I write it all down in the recipe, so maybe we should just
we will share it, yeah.
We will share the recipe, and it will be on the oven. It's about, I would say, I don't really remember, but it's like 45 between 50 minutes. on 200 degrees, so it should be ready.
Good. How is your family celebrating today? They're doing like a huge holiday dinner.
Actually, I didn't have time to talk with my family yet. I saw on the WhatsApp group that my nephews celebrated in the kindergarten and school, and they dressed with their traditional clothes. I'm assuming that my mom cooked the bread and my father blessed the bread and just they eat it. I'm 100% sure. But yeah, I know it was a very difficult day because it's not safe COVID to go to Jerusalem and be surround so many people. So they add the Kessim, the spiritual leader, went to Jerusalem to pray, and they share it on Zoom and Facebook, on YouTube, the praise. So there is no big festival this year.
Yeah, I remember you told me that there's also like a more cultural festival in Tel Aviv that happened each year during Chag Sigd. Do you want to share a little bit more about it?
Yeah, it's more about really celebrate the Ethiopian culture. So they bring a lot of Ethiopian artists, musicians, like teatron, fashion clothes, like really fashion design, and sell food and jewelry and arts, and it's happening in Tel Aviv. Most of the time it's like on the Friday week after the Sigd, in a bima, so it's like big thing. It's open for everyone can come, so it's really nice to see it, that we celebrated like the culture and the arts of Ethiopian, so it's really nice.
Yeah, it sounds it's like a big fun. Yeah,
it's really fun.
Yeah, I wish next year they could celebrate it in full glory.
Be'ezrat Hashem, we say.
Yeah. I have another question from the audience. What do you think the main contribution of Ethiopian Jewry has been to Israel and the wider Jewish world?
I think it's more about wow, that is a really hard question, so I need to think about it for a few seconds. I think the main contribution is more about how much the Ethiopian, it really, like you said, okay, so I think it's more about the culture, about the story of they keep the Jewish identity for so long, and there is a lot of story and a lot of things that I actually don't really know everything. I think there is ancient traditions and maybe colorful things, as we say. And I think maybe one of the biggest thing is really bringing this Sigd holiday to Israel. I hope I answered the question.
I can say even my perspective that, like, I'm a Sephardic and Ashkenazic Jew that live in Israel, and I can see from outside the Ethiopian community, and I think it's a really great thing that the state of Israel recognized Chag Sigd as a national day, embracing the Ethiopian community in Israel, because it's a big community. Yeah, it's a big community, and it's huge difference from where they came from the costumes and the new society, the new reality, and it's getting to know the different cultures, because Israel, it's like a melting pot for so many Jews around the world with different costumes, with different stuff, like tradition, food and traditional, behavior, and like so. Yeah, I think it's amazing, and I really, so thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it, and I think they've contribute a lot to the Israel society. Now we have first Ethiopian minister Sarah Shato.
Nina Tamano.
Nina Tama Shato, sorry. Yeah, she's in the integration ministry. Yeah. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions, please ask in the Q&A box. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me and Sarah this evening. And I hope you learn a little bit more about Chag Sigd and you celebrate with us Chag Sigd. It was a really great honor to host you, Sarah, and to learn from you. And I had a really good time. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the attendees that joined us this evening. I'm really looking forward to see you in person very, very soon. And yeah, to meet all the community and take care. And Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Melkam Bal.
Melkam Bal. Thank you very much.